Welcome.
Now you have to fade it out.
First time.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. And hit the red button again. You killed it.
We did it.
Boom. We out here living.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
Happy Monday morning, y'all.
Happy Monday morning. Christian's wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Mr. Casual over here.
I don't know. It's the first time I'm wearing
I've
jeans to
literally
office, and
never
everyone
seen him
brings
wear
it up.
jeans in my entire life.
I'm like, did you ride your motorcycle here, bro?
Yeah, he looks like a motorcycle look.
I mean, it does.
Nothing
It
says
does.
motorcycle like a monarch butterfly on your shirt.
And a pair of jeans.
And a pair of jeans.
Exactly.
Noted.
Exactly.
So how's it going, everyone? What's your names?
Hello. Christian Olson with Berkshire Hathaway, Team Frank Oliver Company. Coming at you live. We're back in Baltimore, Maryland. Super excited to be here.
Yes, we are.
Summit was a blast. What did
Yeah.
everyone think?
Oh, it was amazing. I had
Yeah.
a great time. Liv, Frank Oliver and Company, marketing director.
Andrea Soto. I was about to say Drea. Andrea Soto with Berkshire Hathaway, Frank Oliver and Company.
And how can they find y'all?
You guys can reach me at Drea__Soto and also by email at Andre@frankoliverco.com. Also via text at 443-668-7776.
Liv?
Honestly, the link is literally under this video, so just click on it.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram, Christian the Deadhead, TikTok, the Deadhead Realtor, and give me a call, 443-975-8626. And let's get this party started.
Yeah. So yeah, Summit. We're back. How was everyone's time?
Summit was amazing. I think it opened up a lot of new perspectives, personally, professionally, all around. Like, to better my business, better my life. There's so many things that I'm still like, I carry my notebook now everywhere I go.
Really?
The Tom Ferry thing. Yeah, and I've been
Wow.
like reading it all the time, just looking over my notes.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh shoot! Can you push the off? Like,
Hello.
you can
Where?
go over there.
Hurricane, take cover.
That one. Yep, that one. Just push it once. Does it say off?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, just push it once. It should say off now.
Technical difficulties.
No. Does it say off?
It says off.
Okay.
Just give
Now
it-
we have to sit here and wait for it to actually turn
Is there like a
on.
TikTok noise? Yeah.
This is a TikTok noise. I just did one with this nice one.
That was a great TikTok noise.
Thank you. It was via Summit.
Via Summit. We'll give it a second. It takes like a full minute to turn off. So we can sit here in silence until that happens.
Talk about jeans.
We can talk about your jeans some more.
I think I have 2 pair.
You have 2 pairs of jeans.
I had 3.
So
Yesterday
I got 2 pairs.
Yesterday I threw a pair away.
What? Why'd you throw it away?
Because they were too like big, and I just didn't like how they fit.
That's the style now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
well,
like
I
dad
can't-
jeans.
I can't like dress
These are
like
kind of-
that.
Throw
Those
them
are
this
dad
way. Did you like
jeans.
throw them away? Throw them away?
They're like laying in the house somewhere.
Yeah, like maybe.
Yeah, pass them over
Yeah,
here.
we'll
Maybe
be
we need some
sisterhood of
guy
the traveling pants.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Seriously.
I'm dead.
jeans. I love it.
All right, back to the
Summit,
show.
Summit.
Hurricane's over. Summit was awesome. Yeah, really
you carry
loved
your
it.
notebook around, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so I've been taking took a lot of notes there, whether they be just quotes everyone came up on the stage and said, or like some advice that they have in their specific niche. Like if they were online leads, I was just drawing like my notebook was a canvas, just going head to toe on that thing. Taking a lot of notes, trying to better like my business, my practices. And I think Summit, a big takeaway is like, we can all do more.
Oh, 100%.
It's like a fucking wake up call.
There's
like,
nothing that makes you feel like you're not doing enough than going there.
seriously.
Really though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like inspiring because you hear like people that you can look up to, and you're like, man, like I hope to work to be there someday.
Yeah.
But you also talk to such young agents that have done so much work in their first year, and it just really puts you in perspective of like, you really can be doing more every day because there's someone out there that is hungrier than you, and you know
They all do
just-
it.
And
if you
that-
and they
don't.
all do it, and they're all, and
Yeah.
they all go to Summit. They
Yep.
all go to Tom Ferry.
Now, like Tom Ferry, he was talking about how to double your business, and I was literally sitting there in the crowd. I texted Mike and Liv and all them. I was like, all right, he's talking about doubling it. I just want to. What if I triple it?
Now you said it.
Yeah,
Now you said it.
and that's
it's on
why,
film.
like, in between some of my showings this weekend, I came to the office for a couple hours, just like hammering at phone calls.
I know.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, they were up on the stage saying all these people, like, they're just like you, but they just work a million times harder. They're making their phone calls.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna work harder than every motherfucker on that stage.
There you go.
Yeah. And they'll tell you to your face, like, I would outcall you in my sleep.
Yeah, they always say that.
Like, and they'll say it straight to your face, and you're like, I believe you.
I can do that.
That's my goal. Like, I just want to be able to make as many phone calls, be the person up on the stage. Like,
Yeah.
not that I would not be nervous or not be like shitting my pants.
Remember,
on
you were
stage.
like, the only thing I need to do to get on stage is get over my crippling social anxiety and fear of public speaking.
Literally.
Once you master that, you're good to go.
Well, that one guy, Phil Jones, that came on stage, like the philosopher had like a European kind of accent.
Oh my God, such a great accent to go along with a speech, though.
There's nothing that makes a speech better than a good
honestly,
accent.
I was like, man, I feel like
You're like captivated.
I'm in a movie right now.
Yeah.
I'm done. He was up there for an hour, 20 minutes, hour 30. And
Oh my God.
So long.
It felt like 5 minutes. It really did.
It's amazing that he could talk that long.
He's like a professional speaker, writer, and then
Gotta
he wrote that book, Exactly What to Say. And my friend Declan Johnson, shout out to him. He's on the Gertis team of Long and Foster in Annapolis.
Gertis? Yeah.
And they get the books for free because they're like in the coaching, and we were in the lobby hanging out, and I was like, hey man, like what'd you think of Summit? He's like, I really liked it. I was like, I really like the guy Phil Jones. When I get to the airport, I want to buy his book. And he's like, I'll do you one better, and then pulls it out of his backpack and gives it to me.
That is so nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I have it. So Declan, shout out, man.
thing.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to reading it.
You got to pass it along.
Yeah.
Book club.
Yeah.
Book club. Yeah, we should start a book club.
We should start a book club.
Someone at Summit did.
Oh, yeah?
Someone on the stage said, I think it was one of the role play guys that Tom just grabbed up out of the crowd. He said they have like a book club every, I don't know, once a week.
That's fun.
In the evening.
No, you should
I do
join
remember
that.
I mean, I don't think you will read the books that I read, and I only read 2 of them.
Okay, I'm sorry. What books do you read?
Oh, I only read 2. So the one that Declan got me,
Obviously.
and then the David
1.
Goggins Can't Hurt Me book.
Okay.
Did you just say you don't think that I would read them?
Why do
I
you
don't
think
you
that
would be
Drea wouldn't read them?
into them as much as I am. Everyone has
Why do
different
you
tastes.
think that?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to turn this into like some...
No, I'm just curious. Like, what does it mean to be into
Turning
that?
into some what, Christian?
It's a
Never mind. Next topic.
You see how he gets red?
It's just, I don't know. Maybe you
I
would
wish
like
I knew
it.
these buttons like Mike did.
Yeah. I think that's the yellow one. No, not that yellow one.
Nope.
All right, well. Oh, no, because we have the sound off. No. Whatever.
All right.
It's fine. You know what? It'll be in post.
Okay, you know what?
It's
It's
fine.
okay.
Pretend like we said yeah.
All right. Anyways. This is...
Anyway.
Mike, where you at? I need help here. All right. So the books, yeah.
Yeah, the books.
David Goggins. He's
David
a
Goggins.
Navy SEAL. He grew up just in a very... I don't know if I say rough neighborhood, but he had a rough childhood.
Yeah.
And reading his book, there's like 10 challenges. I'm on chapter 3, so I think I've been through 2 of them, almost to the 3rd challenge. But it's really about finding out who you really are, breaking yourself down, essentially, kind of how they do in the Navy SEALs and Marines and all the special forces, and coming, like, getting your insecurities to come to light and your like goals and everything like that, and just practice, repeat, like, kind of what I did with like the sticky note on the back of my phone, kind of like the posters I have on
You've
my
had
mirror,
that on
like,
the back of your phone
all
for
the
like a
notes,
year.
all the notes that I have in my phone, like personally and professionally, he really like, I don't know, I don't want to say teaches you how to go after it, but changes your mentality about everything in life.
Yeah.
Also, there's people that came on stage into Summit, like some of their family members had died. The one lady, I think it was the lady that was on the plane with us.
Yeah, Alicia.
She had like 3 people.
3 people on her team died, maybe more.
Was it on a team or like people that
were on the team that like their family members died.
Yeah. And it's like she can go through all that. There's people on her team can go through all that. Even some of the other people that had hardships on the stage can go through what they're going through.
The lady that was on the
Goggins.
reality show.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
$500,000.
$500,000 in credit card debt.
Like if they can go through that and they can, like, they're on the other side of that now, alive, still successful, still being who they are. Why can't I achieve anything else in the world that I want to achieve?
Absolutely.
So,
David
Goggins, shout out.
Sounds like a book like I would read.
Yeah, that actually, Andrea, would you love to read that book?
Honestly, I would love to read that book.
It's really crazy.
When I finish it, I'll pass it along.
There you go.
I'll make sure to read it faster than you.
Do you read, Andrea?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
Can you read? Is that what you said?
I thought you said, "Can you read?"
No, do you read? I assume you can read. Your reading is in front of you. You wrote notes.
Yeah, right. Yes, I do read sometimes.
What do you read?
When I find the time.
I know, right?
Right now, the book that I'm reading is what is it?
Damn, does
It's
she
like
read?
it's
Yikes,
an
where's
orange
Charlotte's
Web.
It's like it's like the subtle way of like not giving a fuck or like some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
You
I've
know
actually heard of it.
It's an orange book. I can see the title, but I can't.
like the art of not giving a fuck
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it good?
It is really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Would it be a book that I'd be into?
Yeah, would Christian like it?
Yeah, you would like it.
Okay. Hurry up and read it then.
It would take away your insecurities.
Okay.
I should pass along a book. Oh my god, Christian!
Oh, coffee spill.
We only have one copy of that.
Well, hey. So, thinking of investing, Baltimore is a fantastic place. We work with a handful of investors here on the Frank Oliver team. Andrea, what do you think about investing in Baltimore?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I have a couple investors right now looking. So it just depends on, your range of investment. You could go from, a complete rehab to just minor fixes and then go straight into renting it out. So it just depends on the amount that you want to contribute to your renovation, how long you expect your flip to be and what you want your rate of return to be.
And are most of your investors from Maryland or from out of state?
They are from Maryland.
You got a lot of from Maryland?
Yeah, I got a lot of from Maryland.
I'm curious.
A lot of what?
A lot of from
a lot
Maryland.
of from Maryland. That made sense. That's a sentence.
It is a
Like
sentence.
a lot of investors are like local.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're from Maryland.
Okay.
A lot from
Okay.
Maryland.
Okay. I don't know why that was so difficult to get through my brain.
What about you? Do you find you have any out of state investors?
Yeah, I actually met with a guy that came down here from New Jersey.
Okay.
He's looking at some like row homes just to invest and flip and then sell. He's not really like in it to rent out to other people and have a steady thing of cash flow. But when it comes to investing, I think it's just working with the right people.
Yeah.
Like whether it be your contractors, whether it be your real estate agent, whether it be like I don't know.
Lenders.
Yeah. Well,
Title.
Lenders maybe depending on like what kind of loan you're doing.
Yeah.
But a lot of investors I would say are probably paying cash, especially in the
cash, yeah.
Baltimore city area. But I would say do your research before you get into it because a lot of investors they'll come here and be like, oh, I can buy this house for 30 grand, but it's an auction.
Yeah.
And then when they really understand the reality of them getting it for 30 grand, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to spend 60 or 70.
Right.
And then their like margin is significantly
It's lower.
decreased. Yeah. And then they like get kind of cold feet and they don't want to invest anymore. But again, that's why I think it comes back to like, it's who you work with, who you trust, who you work with matters, and have someone there to kind of support you, inform you about all these different types of avenues and routes. Just because on that property that you want for 30 grand, it's probably going to get to 50, 60. And then do you have the contractors line up to go over there and fix the home and like get it to
marketable condition?
Right. And then if not, like, okay, we have the resources to do so as well. So we can get you in line with those people. And then the turnaround time, like Andrea said, you want it to be obviously sooner rather than later. You don't want to buy this property, have it sit there forever, and then not get any contractors in there. You want to buy it the day you buy it. Most people are like, yeah, let's get
them
to
in
work.
there.
Yeah, let's get to work and let's burn and turn, get this thing back on the market.
Yeah.
And then, you establish that trust. You can have that relationship. So once you do that, you start with one property. Then maybe you go into like 2 or 3. Then you go 4 or 5. And then you just keep on adding and adding and adding.
Into your portfolio.
Yeah, which is good. But then there's also the other side of things with like renting.
Yeah, sure.
There's like investing for renting. So you could buy a home, you could invest in it, whether that be just like remodeling it, or maybe it's already like move-in ready and then you can get renters in there and you can have steady cash flow for the next, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 years, however long you own the property.
I was going to ask that. What do you think about renting versus flipping like in our market in Baltimore? Do you think it's more profitable to flip or to rent?
I don't know. I wouldn't say there's one that's more profitable than the other.
Yeah.
I would just say, what is your end goal here?
Yeah.
Like,
well, what would be the goal of flipping versus what would be the goal of renting?
just instant money.
Yeah, instant money
money for
rather
flipping?
than like residual money. Just
Gotcha.
like,
And like if you
instant
flip,
money.
you get that back and then you can put it back into the market, get another property, and then you can get that back. So it's like you start with, let's say he did get the property for 30 grand, right? You get it for 30 grand, then you put your money into it, and then you get your 30 back, then you get another 30 or 40 on top of it. Then you can take that 70 and you invest it again. Maybe you don't have to use that entire 70, maybe use the 30 again. You can put the rest away.
Yeah.
And then you just do the same process and keep adding money to your stockpile in your
Of
bank
cash.
account.
And you keep adding like properties to your portfolio.
Right. And it also like depends. Like if you are going into for renting, you're kind of going in for like the long term. Like people at Summit were saying, hey, we want
I
to
was going to
get
bring that up.
this gentleman actually that I met. He's up in Ocean City, New Jersey. His goal by the end of next year is to have 100 properties under his belt.
Wow.
And he has, and like he's an agent. He hasn't started the investment process yet, But like this dude has like his goals that I've heard are just absolutely insane, and
They're
he's
phenomenal.
so determined. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's honestly inspiring to meet some people like that are just like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do it, and this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm like, go for it.
I do feel like that's like
Good for you,
almost
man.
you though. Like you're so close to being there.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
Next year.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
I hit, between now, August 31st this year, and December 2023, I'm gonna sell 78 homes.
So starting now, so the ones you've done this year so far don't count. Or they do count. So how many have you done this year? What are your numbers? You should know
I think
this.
it's 15.
15? Okay. I was going to say
Pending
16.
and closed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
I thought 16.
maybe it's 16. But
So are you counting those 16 in your 78 or is it starting now?
no, I wouldn't start the 16. I debating, do I want to start it after August 31st, because I have two homes that close the first week of September.
I know. Does that count for you? Because
I wanna
technically you
say
did the work for that
no.
before.
I
So
want to say no.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
to make it a
I'm
little
down
harder
for
on
that.
myself.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
78 houses from August 31st to
Right.
December
To
2023.
December 2023.
Yeah, and then they talked about New Year's Eve on August 31st. So I brought in the bottle of champagne.
I know.
And
With
we're gonna have some
we're gonna do the
for our
glasses.
meeting. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about our goals. We're gonna write postcards for Sandra. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So I'm excited. But back
Love
to
Yeah.
investing.
So do you guys think, like, you guys are the market experts, where in Baltimore is the best place to invest right now?
I think depends on what your target audience
If my
is.
target audience is flipping.
Sorry, your target audience in the sense of the type of renter that you're looking for. So if you're looking for a person that is trying to commute into DC, if you are looking for a younger person that is in college, like John Hopkins,
Yeah.
if you're looking for a younger family, maybe Hampden, just like Fells Point, Fed Hill, like that's a younger crowd. It's closer to the bars. It's a little bit of a younger population down there. So just the type of area.
I feel like those
depends
people,
on the
those
renter.
areas are like already like up and come. Like, what do you guys think
Yeah.
is the next neighborhood that's gonna like be the next up and coming neighborhood?
I know they've been doing a lot of work to the Gwyn Oak area.
I was gonna
there's
mention
there's
that.
a giant like park that they're building with, I want to say a lake, but it's a lake that helps with water distribution throughout the city.
They have been building that lake for like 2 or 3 years now.
but
I
they've
drive
been-
by it all the time.
They're
Are they?
Yeah.
That's great.
The park and everything's almost done.
Yeah.
It's just like these two giant like pools of like concrete
Yeah.
pools, and they filled it with water. But I know they've been putting a lot of money to that area in the city, and that was like the first home that I sold. It was in
Yeah, I
Gwyn
know.
Oak.
It was in
Dax's
Gwyn
house.
Oak. It's
Yeah,
Dax.
and so they've been putting a lot of money. There's been a lot of renovations there, so I think maybe that's a neighborhood to keep on the
Keep an eye.
lookout. I've had a couple families recently go over there to look at some homes that
Yeah.
have been remodeled, just like Dax's. So they are doing a lot of work to that community.
Yeah.
and I think it could be one that's up and coming.
That's cool. That's good to know, actually.
Yeah.
That and like, what do you guys think of the Pimlico area? Like where Bobby Barford buys all his houses.
What? I mean, I lived on one side of the track. I can't really speak on.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, Mount Washington.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But,
I mean,
like,
that's
but
the thing is that it's so close to Mount Washington.
Yeah.
Is the like the areas down there that are like you can still buy houses for $30,000.
Yeah.
But that's what Bobby does. I mean, he buys a house for 30 grand and then sells it for 150.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. Listen, it's not great, but
It's a business.
it's a business, you
At the end
know.
of the day.
for investing purposes. Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity. Again, it might come down to you building that trust with your agent and going out and checking out which communities are going to be right for you when it comes to buying these properties and flipping them, right? It
Yeah.
also might come down to the individual property itself. How much work are you going to need to put into it to get your money back, right?
Right.
They might not even consider the community, just like, hey, what's the condition of this home? Okay, does it need 60 grand of work and I can make my margins work here? All right, let's do it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of investors are looking more at money than I think they are.
At area.
Yeah, but like,
That makes sense.
why did that sound so much like the sound?
I really wish I knew what
I don't know.
but I don't know what
blue
one
one.
it is.
I don't know.
No.
Try the
You
other
have
blue
to-
one.
This is horrible.
You have to
Try
change
the
the
green one.
page.
Oh,
No,
you
this
have to change the.
I don't know.
Oh,
page.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
we
feel
don't
like
know. We
feeling
don't
it.
know
I
that
don't
one.
feel like doing it.
Yeah.
That
Everyone
sound-
do your best
that-
Christian yeah.
All right, where the hell was I at?
Investing, it's more about port margins than area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so because one of the gentlemen that came down from New Jersey,
Jersey.
we were looking all over, right? And it was like one of the properties we looked at were in, I want to say it was Upper Fells.
Okay.
And it was a property that cost probably over 100 grand, maybe 120. And he was like, why would I buy this if I could buy 3 properties or 2 properties at 60 grand?
In this other area.
And then make either the same amount of money or more on 2 properties than one, right? And again, I think it comes down to the individual investor.
Yeah. So whenever you work with investors, you make like individual portfolios. Like you don't recommend the same area to everyone.
Right.
Gotcha.
And you got to get a feel for what they're looking for and what kind of return that they want. And then, maybe a house doesn't need all the work in the world, right? Maybe we go visit that sheet that we talked about on the podcast the other week.
Yeah.
The renovations and what to make or what to do to a home to boost its value.
Yeah,
right?
the biggest renovations you can make that have the most ROI.
Yeah, maybe you don't do all the windows. Maybe you just do the kitchen. Maybe you just do the paint, flooring, and then you're good to go. And now, instead of investing $60,000 into the house, you're only investing $30,000, and you're getting the same return.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be more of a return because you're not spending as much money.
Right, you're not spending as much, but you can still sell it for the same amount.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then when it comes to renting, I think it's like a lot of people, they build their portfolio. They're like, hey, I got 5 rental properties, and they go to 10. Then they go to 15, 20. But then there's a method that they mentioned at Summit.
The lady who did 100 doors in 100 days.
I think so.
Yeah.
But it was like the Burr method, right? Where you buy one and then use that money to put into another one. And then you put into another one. And you just get tenants in there. And then they're paying off all the mortgages. So you're having steady cash flow. You're getting equity in all these homes. And you're building your assets as a person, as a company.
Yeah. And I mean, she was out of state. She, lives in Southern California and invested in Chattanooga, Tennessee. But I think for like our situation where we are, it actually makes a lot of sense for us to invest in our own communities here because we have that opportunity. Like Southern California, like what are you gonna? There's no investing in Southern California. I think that's done.
Yeah,
we've invested all we can in that area.
Unless you're like the only thing would be buying a rental property, but then at that point. Excuse me, you'd be spending, I don't know, what, $1 million on a home? And then you'd be renting it out for probably $4,000 or $5,000. How long is that $4,000 or $5,000, like, how long is it going to take you to get from that amount to $1 million to get your money back and start actually, paying the entire thing off?
Whereas, like, in a different place, you buy it for $150,000. I mean, you're good to go.
Right, exactly.
Especially here, especially where, like, I feel like a lot, like our rent in Baltimore is still just as high as other places, even though the property value is lower.
I don't think rent is going anywhere. Like the rates that they're at.
No.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything's going to change it.
No, I don't think so either.
In terms of investing, we can also look at it as like what we did for Joe Wilson's property. He came to me, he's like, hey, Christian, I'll sell my house for whatever I can get for it. And we did a walkthrough. We sat down with him, talked about everything that he could walk away with.
Yeah.
And at the current condition, it was at $300,000. And we were like, hey, man, let's do some work. We got some contractors. And he was like, I don't know. And so we like gave him some more information, ran some more properties that were comparable in like updated condition, renovated condition. And we could probably list it for $400,000. We did all the work. We marketed the property perfectly. Yeah. And there was a line of cars out the door to come in and tour it for the open house. And we ended up taking his sale price from originally $300,000, listed at $400,000, sold it for $460,000. And all we did was paint. We did floors and
some cabinets, right?
Oh yeah, we did paint the cabinets and then like cleaned up the deck a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, in the before and after photo, like talking about Summit, that one guy who did the postcard that was like the case study.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, we should do one for Joe Wilson because I have some great before and after photos of that place.
And he turned 9,000 into like 100,000.
Yeah. Oh, we should 100% do our case study for that.
I mean, I would say it's pretty comparable to what we did. I don't know if numbers are exactly 9 to 100, but we put in probably 15, and we got Joe Wilson probably an extra.
I mean, you were going to do 300, so
yeah, we got him an extra $80,000 in pocket after everything was said and done. But it just goes to show there's so many different routes for investing, right? Like we're talking about people who are just buying houses, flipping them, or getting tenants in them. What about you investing in your own house?
Yeah, that's
right.
I love that. That's a really good point.
Right, and I think that's something that we're starting to see more of because a lot of people back in the day are just like buying a house and then we're just living in it for 15, 20 years, and then they go to sell it. They're like, why can't I get like $1 million for this thing? Right. They didn't upkeep it. They didn't renovate it. They didn't update anything in the home.
Yeah, it's all stuck in the early 2000s.
Right. And so like, again, maybe we can relate this to what Mike has done with his house. He said he bought it, I don't know how many years ago. Do you guys know?
Like a long time ago.
10 years ago?
No, less than that.
8 years ago?
Okay.
Let's
anyway,
do 6 to 8 years.
Yeah. 6 to 8 years.
Anyways, he bought us home. It wasn't like a great house, but he's put in so much work in that house. It looks absolutely amazing. I love Mike's house.
He's gonna blow the roof off it too.
Yeah, which blows my mind.
I love that. That's what my family does.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's a Mike move.
It is.
So he has
what is the other extreme I can go to?
Blow the roof off.
He's gonna add a whole nother addition to his rancher over in Green Spring, but
and I mean the location of that is perfect.
Oh my God, yeah.
He can turn it into a easily $1 million house.
Yeah, I mean the houses over there are just insane.
Yeah, but again, I think he bought probably in the 250 range, maybe 300.
It's great.
And now it's nearly doubled in value, not just because of the work that he's done, but also because of market growth. But also like the equity he has built in is also from the mortgage payments he's been making over the past 6 to 8 years.
6 to 8.
Just an average.
So I think there's a lot of different ways to look at investing, and it's just really aligning, I guess, communicating with your agent what your goals are, and then establishing that relationship, and then running with it.
I feel like when you buy a house, no matter what you're buying it for, you're investing, because
a lot of people don't look at it that way.
Yeah.
And it's kind of frustrating and annoying. And it's like what a lot of people are dealing with now, right? They're like, I don't want to buy, I want to wait for the market to crash, blah, blah, blah. Well, by the time you wait for some move that's not going to happen, some crash that's not going to happen, you're losing money waiting. You're losing money waiting.
Because you're paying rent somewhere.
Well, even if you're living with family, you're not helping your economic position at all. You're not building equity. You're not doing anything, right?
Yeah.
If you were to buy a house now and 2 years later on down the line, even at slow market growth, you could be making maybe $4,000 each year just as equity. And then you're also paying off your mortgage, whereas people were waiting right now and they're making no money.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, I'm going to wait for the market to crash. All right, how long are you going to wait?
When is it going to crash? Like, do you know? Are you sure? Yeah.
And then those same people that are like, I'm going to wait for the market to crash, they didn't want to get into the market when the rates were 3%.
Right.
You know, and they didn't want to pay $50,000 over.
Right.
Well, it's like, pick your poison.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
I think that's a really good way
pick
to
your
look at
lane,
it.
buddy. Like, come on now. But kind of recapping, I do think there are like a million different ways to look at investing. And I think there should be more people that just are owning their own home and looking at the investing that they can do in that, improving the value, especially when the average homeowner owns their home for 7 years. You know, if in that 7-year period you can get your takeaway, like your equity and all that.
Isn't it something like you can earn like 10% equity in 5 years or something like that? 5% in 5 years. It's something like that.
I mean, you could, especially with the COVID years, but I don't know if we'll ever see something like that again.
Okay, well. I mean, you could earn equity in 7 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can earn equity like in a year.
Yeah.
You know, it just really depends on how much you're paying off.
Isn't there also a crazy statistic? Like if you make one extra mortgage payment a year, like your rate, the years goes from like 30 to like 20. Like it cuts like a shit ton of time off it for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the statistic is, but I've heard
something
something
like that.
But
I know that Brad always says that at settlements.
Brad,
the title guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's a great closer.
He kills every settlement that I have. Like, he does a fantastic job.
He's the best.
What else we got on here?
But yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, I feel like I wish that we could explain to people in, like, lower income brackets or, like, people who, like, maybe their family have never owned a house. Like, no one in their family ever has that, like, really the way to build wealth in this country is to own real estate. It's just the fastest
real
way.
Estate has been, I want to say, in the top 3 things to invest in for the past 15, 20 years.
Of course.
It might have been even number 1 for a handful of years in that period. So it just goes to show, like, I guess going to the lower income stuff, like, I think a lot of it is just like education.
Yeah, that's what
Education on how to take care of your home. How can you get the most bang for your buck? How can you invest, like, just in real estate? And I think a lot of people just
don't understand that, like,
that, and I don't know if the opportunity always presents itself, or maybe they just don't
They don't think that
they
it
don't even
does.
know of the idea, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're investing, like, they only know about, like, the stock market or little things like that, right? Maybe even crypto with all the hype that's been around for the past couple of years, right? They don't know about the opportunity that's in real estate. So I think, you know, doing a podcast like this or doing stuff that we can get out to the general public, maybe in events or maybe even
education.
Yeah, you know, it's the biggest thing, and it's going to get more people into real estate, and that way we don't have to deal with people saying, oh, I'm going to wait for the market to crash.
Exactly. Yeah. The more education there's out there, the easier our jobs get too. So it's a little selfish, but
it goes full circle, though. I think it really helps everyone.
Yeah. I mean, the Live Baltimore people, that's kind of like what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They like show people like, hey, like you can buy a house. And like that is how you build wealth in this country is by, I mean, crypto, like, yeah, you might make $30,000 in a day, but could also be negative 30 the next day. Real estate is a steady, comfortable investment that increases over time no matter what.
Yeah. And like I said, let's say you bought a $300,000 house and it's a slow year of growth, like 2%. 2% of $300,000 is 6,000, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Say 3% because then it could be 10, right?
3%. What did I say before? 6%? Did I say 6?
You said 6.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what did it say?
Oh, wait, no, you said 2. I don't know what's happening.
All right, we'll go with 3%. If it's $10,000, which seems pretty crazy, but first year is 3% growth. Okay, now your home that was at 300,000 goes to 310. Now your home next year, if there's still 3%, goes to 320, then 330, right? But on a slow year, if there was just 2, like you're even still building equity. And again, I think you're much better off investing and making this transition. I don't want to say earlier on, but like waiting for the market to crash is just
it's just dumb. You're not getting anything from waiting.
Yeah. And Live Baltimore, like to go back on that, I think they do a fantastic job of like also like informing people about the communities, like the programs that they use and that they
the grant programs that you can take advantage of.
It's crazy. Like even people that aren't investors, LaToya Bailey, she is purchasing a property in Baltimore.
Is she from the Live Baltimore?
Yeah, met her at the Live Baltimore. And then Alexander Rossi, another gentleman, I think he's using a first-time homebuyer program. But
that's awesome.
Anyways, LaToya, she's like out of pocket $1,000. She's getting like a free like probably 30 grand.
That's insane.
Just for going to Live Baltimore, taking a couple classes, and then she can use this money to purchase her first home, right?
Yeah.
And then, over the next few years, she'll build some equity. She'll build more equity and, whatever. And then she can either sell that home or rent it out and then get a much bigger home.
There you go.
So
that's the thing. I mean, and also like something you can do is take out home equity lines of credit to like buy an investment property.
I think going down that you have to be very responsible.
Well, yeah,
because some
obviously.
people like they'll take out a home equity line of credit and they don't use it for either the intended reason or they don't use it responsibly. Like, hey, I just want to take out this home equity line of credit and I don't know.
But if you do it to like,
I'm gonna go.
Let me buy right.
But like my plan, like I'm gonna buy my parents' house for way under market value. But I still have the gift. We still have the equity, so we're gonna take it out, fix up the house, make the value more, sell it, buy a really big house.
Well, there you go.
That's my plan.
There you go. Who are you gonna use?
If only I knew a realtor. If anyone knows a realtor out there, if you could just give me a text or email.
It's the property that's in like
Olney.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my plan.
I'm super familiar with that area. Did you know that, right?
You do?
Yeah, I'm a market expert.
Are you a market expert?
In all of Maryland.
Name a street.
First Street. There's no First Street where you live?
Nope.
What are the odds?
I'll go with like Creek Lane.
There might be.
All right.
You're closer.
My guess
How
is
the
better.
fuck is Creek Lane closer than
First? It's not like, what am I, a downtown? No, it's a fucking suburban neighborhood.
Exactly.
Everything's
Creek
like
Lane.
only Manor Lane and like Brookville Road.
Meadow Ridge.
Meadow Ridge is one.
Yeah,
I'm
there
sick
you go.
of this.
I win.
Podcast over.
But yeah, I mean, investing is, I think, a great way to build wealth and especially in our community.
Yeah, I think Baltimore overall is like a really good area. When it comes to investments, it should definitely be on the top of your list.
Well, it's like a lot of the money they've been putting in the city, like the harbor has grown crazy over the past 3-5 years.
Yeah.
Like they added, I'm pretty sure like there's like a mini like concert venue like right on the water.
The Wharf.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Wharf?
I think
That's
so.
DC.
Oh, wait, that is DC.
No, but there's like
That's the anthem.
where aquarium's here.
Canton area?
No.
Okay.
Okay. The only way I can reference this, aquarium.
Okay.
Hard Rock and stuff is over there.
Hard Rock and stuff.
And then you know how it comes down and around, and there's like the science center like somewhere over here. There's like they've been building up this little area in the corner.
Really?
They
like
have,
between the shopping centers. They've been adding so much stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They were doing
but, like,
construction forever. You couldn't walk up those stairs.
Yeah, and even in Fells Point and in Canton and all that, like the Canton shopping centers, they're adding more apartments. They're adding more shopping centers.
The fucking lofts that Courtney lives in.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Baltimore is a fantastic place to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, like if you wanted to live in Baltimore, like for the money that you would spend living in DC,
Yeah.
you can live like a fucking god here.
Yeah,
Like you can
exactly.
live on the fucking water. You have a penthouse.
And I feel like a lot of more DC workers are coming here, like to
Yeah.
rent out
Yeah, to like invest in like do rental properties here. Yeah,
for sure.
that makes sense. Does anyone have anything else about investing?
No, just do it.
Just do
Whether
it.
it's residential, like you into your own house, if you want to buy that investment property, put some renters in there, have some cash flow coming in for the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years, have some more equity. If you want to just flip some properties, take the chance, try it, and just link up with people that you trust and come up with a game plan to put yourself in the best position possible.
Yeah.
And
Linking up with people you trust, so important.
It's the most important thing.
I think so too.
But anyways, anything else, Andrea?
Right.
Liv?
No, that'll be it. If you're looking
Yeah.
to buy, sell, invest in Maryland,
It's
hit
one
me
of our
up.
things. Buy, sell, invest.
I wish
me
I had
up.
my little
Hit me
sticker
up
over
at
here.
443-668
I know, right?
7776.
Liv, how can they reach you again?
The link is in the description.
Oh my god.
It is.
Gotta
Okay,
love
at
Link
this
in
point,
bio.
if you
Oh,
are
wait.
clicking on this video, like you've seen the link. Like,
Also, we got an award today. Liv, before we go, tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah.
what award? Oh, the HomeSnap thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean HomeSnap gives out like they take into consideration all the agents in the country that use HomeSnap, and they like give out awards to everyone who's in certain percentages. We're in the top 5%.
I'm going to put that in my bio.
Our
Top
team is
5%.
top
Top
5.
5%.
Hey, we're top 1% for something else. Realtor.com maybe.
Real-
We're
yeah,
the
I
top
think it is.
1.5% of
Yeah.
them.
Oh yeah, we're crushing it. If you want
Yeah.
to work with the Frank Oliver team, contact us. Link is in the bio, like Liv said. You can follow me on Instagram, Christian the Deadhead, and on TikTok.
The Deadhead Realtor.
The Deadhead Realtor. Sorry.
How do I know your social media better than you do?
I don't know. It's a guess every single time. But yeah,
All right.
cool.
You guys can reach me on Insta at Drea__Soto and on TikTok, Drea_Soto. Also by email, Andrea@frankoliverco.com.
And check out our YouTube where you can see mean comments people leave under our
Oh my
videos.
gosh.
Fade her out.